Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. And as you see, we have a special guest that's going to be coming up uh, at the 7:30 hour. There's some things he has to do, but he will be joining us at the midway hour. In the meantime, you will have me um, as as the guest. Hold on one second. Let's get this straight. Hi, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend. I'm astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn, and I am just too excited. You know, I've had King Simon on my show before, but he is bringing to the interview today two things that y'all have not known before. So it's going to be interesting in and of itself, but I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend, a very safe and productive one. And before we start, let me give you the cosmic forecast for today. All righty. So, Live with Lloyd, where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is very important to my moderators. So, please do that so you can keep them happy and the algorithms happy too, I guess. Live with Lloyd, LWL, or Lloyd Strayhorn, LS, will never DM you with a message. Um, I don't do that. If you get a so-called message from me in my name or Live with Lloyd, it's a fake. I just don't do that. But be that as it may, today is Monday. It is June the 5th of 2023. The sun is in Gemini. We just experienced a full moon this weekend in Sagittarius, but now the moon is in the sign of Capricorn. It's a 4 universal month. It is a 5 universal week, and it is a 9 universal day. So if you happen to be in Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, Virgo, or born on the 5th, the 9th, the 14th, the 18th, the 23rd, 27th of the month, well, this should be a pretty good day for you. All righty. So now that I got that out the way, I figured I would do something in the meantime until Simon comes on in the half hour. Is how again do I do these? Do I do the personal months, personal weeks? Okay. So yes, we're in a brand new month. It is June. How did I arrive at the fact that it is a 4 universal month? Very simple. The principle is you take the year 2023, which adds up to a 7. You add that 7 to the 6th position month, which is June, and 7 plus 6 equals 13, and 1 plus 3 equals 4. Therefore, June is a 4 universal month. July, therefore, will be a 5 universal month. Then August will be a 6 universal month. And then finally, September. September always tells, because whatever the universal year is, that is the universal month for September, because 7 added to the ninth calendar month equals 16, and 1 plus 6 is 7. That's how it goes. Now, Westbrook, my buddy, who keeps me on point, and he checks me. He came up with an interesting concept that I'm going to look into. But what happens is I introduced this concept back in '87, probably sooner than that, about this thing called the universal week and or your personal week. And how that is determined is I took it on, everything is in divisions of 7. So I says let the first 7 days be week number 1, from the 1st through the 7th. Then the second 7 days from the 8th through the 14th will be represent week number 2. And then the third set, which represents the third week, which be from the 15th to the 21st. And then the last week, which would be from the 22nd to the end of the month. Westbrook, in his observation, says, okay, Lloyd, so if it's 7 days, 7, 14, 21, 28, what happens at 29, 30, 31? Do you go into a 5 universal month or whatever the case is? So I thought that was good. I'm going to take a look at that to see how it works, because I mean, some of my ideas, like Numbers in You, came from people that would ask questions that would evoke my research or inquiry or whatever the case is, or testing. So I'll do that, because for me, so if you're going into the last 3 days, which is 30, the only month that fits is February. Why? Well, because as a rule, February only has 28 days, with the exceptions of every 4 years when it has a leap year, which is the 29th. But that is the only month out of 12 that has 28 days. So that fits perfectly in that sense. But what about, as Westbrook says, okay, 29, 30, 31? And so I thought that was a good idea. So does that be a half of a week instead of a whole week, or a fraction of a week versus a whole week? So all these things I'm going to experiment with later. But basically, I always do from the 22nd to the end of the month, because there's a cusping. And maybe that's the sense too. So what we're going to do for the next half hour until Simon joins us at 7:30, 7:31, 7:32, is begin to take your personal month and find out what your personal week is for June, because you are in a new month, which we'll explore, and you will be in a personal week, which we'll explore also. Okay. So this is going to be the good part for me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't. I told my moderators, if you put in your name more than more than two times, to please block you. For those that I've read before, please be patient, you know, and let other people who haven't been read get their dibs in. All right. And for those of you who feel that, well, I made a donation, you didn't read me, it's not deliberate. My moderators know I'm doing this all by myself. And right now I'm doing the best I can until I get more sophisticated gear and equipment and all that stuff to move it to the next level. But right now I'm keeping it simple. And my deal is, if you want to donate and you feel that if I don't read you, you might be kind of shortchanged, only donate when I call. If I call you and you were going to donate, then make the donation. I feel so much better. All righty. And then that way I think you'll feel better too. So with that further said, I'm now going to go to the comments, and I'm gonna go back a second, and I'm going to answer the questions as best I can. And by the way, I want to let you know that, excuse me, hold up. Let me get business done first. I see I got a little excited. That this segment is brought to you by, today's segment is brought to you by the Sisters of the Traveling Spread. Okay. So to register for the event, August 17th through the 20th in New Orleans, go to stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. And in fact, I'm going to, so you'll be invited, excuse me, to hear the words of wisdom from Nina Diamond, Aquarius Maximus, or Jackie Levine, or Jazz Aphrodite, or my good buddy King Simon, who will be on later, and of course myself. All right. But the show is being brought to them, and I appreciate the sponsorship too. All right. So with that said, now I can get to the comments. And so what I'm going to read is, let's see. Okay. I'm going to kind of start at the top, so to speak. This person here is Elijah Falls, or how El Haji Falls. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correct. They are an Aries 2 person. So I said to myself, okay, Lloyd, in order to get the personal month, since it's a brand new month of June, how do I do that? Well, I took the month and day this person is born, added to the present year 2023, and it came out that this person is in a 3 personal year, or passing through a Jupiter cycle, which all astrology would love. So once I know they're in a 3 personal year, then I add that personal year, excuse me. I add that personal year number of 3 to the 6th position month, which is June, and 3 plus 6 is 9. So therefore, El Haji Falls is in a 9 personal month for June. So since we're dealing with the first 7 days, which represents the first week, 9 plus the first calendar week is a 10. So therefore, this person is in a 9 personal month, which is good to end things. And yet, if they want to know when to start to end things, it is ideally this month from the 1st through the 7th. So it tells me somewhere around the first Sunday in June, which was yesterday, I do believe, or somewhere around the first, give or take, would have been the best time to get started. But this is the best time to get things off the ground for them. Your key numbers, by the way, are the 2, 7, and 6, and Mondays and Fridays are your best days. Okay. And greetings to the Stephen and Carol Williams in Chicago. I mean, they've been doing this ever since I jumped on here. So I appreciate them very much and all the other things. Now, this is another person. This is Cassandra. They are born on June the 14th. So now, what do? What happens is I take the month and day and add it to the present year, 2023, not the year of 83 in which they're born. And that would factor out to a 3 personal year also. Okay. Did I do that right? Let me see. I tend to 3 plus 5 is 3, and then 7 is 1. Excuse me, they're in a 1 personal year. Okay. So this is a year of new beginnings, new directions. But when I add the 1 personal year to the 6th position month representing June, 1 plus 6 is 7. So for you, Cassandra, this is a month to reflect, to soul search, to back up, to take a look at things in a different way, to go deeper into why things are happening the way they are. And so when I take your 1 personal month, excuse me, your 7 personal month added to the first week, it's a financial week. So this would be a good time to look deeper into your financial situation. Are you spending? Are you budgeting? Are you, we all have wants, but are we dealing with the needs? And especially since you're coming out the gate with a 1 personal month, which means now's the time to get started and do things in a very independent way. But also looking at your finances, since you happen to be in a 8 personal week. Okay, so by the way, your key numbers are the 5, 2, and 7, and Wednesdays and Mondays and Fridays are your best days. Okay, and always say hello to one of my favorite daughters, Lenice Strayhorn, that supports me every week. Okay, she has no choice. No, she does have a choice, but she doesn't have a choice. I'm only kidding. Anyway, let me go to Vanetta Sutton. They are born on November the 5th. So now, when I take the month and day they're born and add it to the year of 2023, they happen to be in a 5 personal year. I repeat, anytime your personal year is in lockstep with your date of birth, in other words, Vanetta is born on a 5, the 5th of the month, and she happens to be in a 5 personal year, that means that this is even more pivotal because 5 represents that midway point between the 1 and the 9, like being at a crossroads, having to make a decision which way to go, left, right, forward, or backwards, whatever the case is. So since she's in a 5 personal week, and by the way, June rules the number 5. So right now you should be doing pretty good this month, young lady. But 5 added to the 6th position month, which is June, 5 plus 6 equals 11. So if I did this correctly, you should be in a master number 11 for this particular June, which means things come to you, ideas, hunches, intuitions, perceptions, and things from on high. So this is why I tell people when they're going through 11th phase, since it's an idea phase where that intuition is going at a higher level, to kind of keep a notepad. So when you get those great ideas waiting on a train or bus or on a train or bus, whatever the case is, make sure you jot down those ideas. But it also means you're in a transition this particular month. So when I add your 11 personal month, and I'll keep it simple, 1 plus 1 is 2, add it to the first position week, you're in a 3 personal week. So since 3 is somewhat antagonistic to the 5, your number, it simply means don't overextend yourself this week. It tells me somewhere around Saturday, which was the 3rd, or somewhere around this coming Thursday might be a bit more challenging, or it could have been as early as last Thursday or on Saturday the 3rd, or maybe this one. Because what happens is I matched the number. So since you're in a 3 week, 3 rules Thursday. And if it's in the first position, it means the first Thursday or somewhere around the third. So this is my way of interpreting it. And it simply means don't go overboard. Don't let people kind of, put your name out there in a bad way and whatnot, and just take it easy, because 3 rules the nerves and 5 rules the nerves. So if you're having one of them kind of crazy days, that would be it. But by the way, your numbers are the 5, 9, and 6. And Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Fridays are your best days. All right. So now I'm going to go to, all righty. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take this person here, Y Flow, and it says, Peace to brothers. Okay. They are July the 2nd of 1990. So what do I do to find out the personal month? In order to find the personal month, you must know what your personal year is first. Therefore, June the 2nd, added to 2023, not 1990, will put her in a 7 personal year, which happens to be one of her numbers. It's her second position number. So that means in the main, she's doing some soul searching, kind of like going within as to the cause of why things are happening in her space, wanting to avoid drama, confusion, the BS, all that stuff. But then when I add 7, which is her personal year now, to the 6th position month, this brand new month we're in for June, 7 plus 6 is 13, and therefore she's in a 4 personal week. 4 personal month. So that means this is the month where 4 always represents sometimes boundaries, as people like to call it nowadays, restrictions or limitations or parameters that keep you within limits, so to speak. So that means a waste not, want not, lend not attitude approach would be best for you. Not only that, but now you're in your 52-day critical cycle, which means take it easy, especially with 4, can sometimes root stress, is sometimes a health indicator, sometimes a mood indicator. But when I look at the first week, 4, the personal month, now added to the first week, which is the first 7 days of this month, put you in a 5 personal week, which means you're ready to make a change. You're ready to do something totally, totally different with your space. That's exactly what you might be going through. You'll find that this week a Gemini or Virgo will be helpful in a minor way, Aquarius, or you will find that somewhere around, I think the first came on Wednesday, either last Wednesday or today, the 5th, sent you in a 5-person week, then this day may be very important too. And not only that, but Monday's your best day anyway. So anyway, young lady, your lucky numbers or most important numbers are the 2, 7, and 6, while Mondays and Fridays are always your best days. Okay. So natural market says they're nervous. I don't know about what. I'm nervous myself. I'm really nervous. But let me say this. This is her birthday. Today it's her birthday. I would sing happy birthday to you, but I'm not gonna mess up your day. Okay. Singing is not one of my strong points. The numbers is great. The birthday, the singing though, no. So since you were born at 8:56 p.m., that means your son is probably in the 11th house if you got your chart done. All right. And all depends on the location where you were born too. Because don't forget, there are different time zones. China, 12 hours ahead, Hawaii, 6 hours behind, California, 3 hours behind, Texas, an hour behind. So that's why that's now you see why an astrologer must know not only when you were born, but where in the world you were born. Okay. So in this case, so since your sun is in the sign of Aquarius and your sign is Gemini, that means that would be very complimentary to you. So since you are a Gemini 5 person, and today being your birthday, your personal year for 2023 is a 9. So you happen to be in a cycle where you're wrapping it up. It's like the Alpha. Now this year you're at the Omega. This year is now the time where you bring things to a close or to a head, or close the books, or let bygones be bygones, or water under the bridge, all those things they say. But at the same time, it's a time of year for manifestation, to make those things become a reality of what you want and taking things to the next level. Sometimes, especially if a person is involved with family, commitments and things like that, they'll put their things on hold for the sacrifice for work or family or mates or whatever the case is. But this year says, no, don't you do that. This year says, okay, all of those daydreaming things you've been putting on hold, now is the time to make at least, if not all of them, some of them a reality. So that's why it's called dreams come true. That is one of the phraseologies of a nine cycle. Not only that, but it's also an opportunity to travel, which should have presented itself back in May. July is going to be a good travel month where you want to go somewhere where there's the sand, sea, and sun. Also, in the month of September and October are travel months up the road past the summer. However, so when I took your 9 personal year and added it to the 6 position month, it adds a 15. So money, gifts, and favors going to be, you're going to be my new best friend this month. Okay. It's like that because you're in a 6 personal month and 6 rules: money, real estate, family, love, marriage, separation, divorce, births, pregnancies, moving in a home, moving out of a home, all those kind of things. And more than likely, since you entered a 6 person month, I'm willing to bet you, and I can't prove it, I'm willing to bet you, you probably changed your hairstyle from about the last week and a half or two into what we got now for June. Or you've been thinking about it, and probably this month you said, I'm going to change my hair, I'm going to lose a pound or two, or whatever the goals is, or go back to school. So this is going to be good, and because 6 is very friendly to you. And in fact, your key numbers are the 5, 6, and 9. So your birthday month should get you off to a banging start, especially this week, for dates, relationships, money, career, health, exercising, education. All of those things should be at your disposal this particularly. So I would say Friday the 2nd, or so, since 6 rules Friday. So the first Friday, because 6 is found in the first week, not the second or third or fourth week. So since it's in the first week, it means the first Friday, not the third, fourth, or not the second, third, or fourth. Not only that, but then it tells me somewhere around the 6th, which should be tomorrow, since tomorrow will be the 6th of the month. So next week or Wednesday, let me know how you did. Okay. By the way, your numbers again are the 5, 6, and 9, and Wednesday, Friday, and Wednesdays are your best days. And happy birthday. Okay. Good. That was fun. All righty. So let's see who we got next. And again, at 7:30, in about 6 minutes, my buddy King Simon will be joining us. We're going to spring a couple of surprises. Every now and then, I like surprises. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Please get your likes up. Stephen Williams says, hit the like button. So for those of you who donate, it's beautiful. But the best donation is to use that finger and press the like button wherever it is, the button, the bell, or I don't see it on my platform. But if it's on yours, please press like to support, because if not, my moderators will definitely remind you. All righty. So let's see who we got. Oh, we did Cassandra already. And let me see. This is okay. I think we did Bonetta. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So let me go back to the other end, and I'll do Honeybee 22. So they are July 21st, 81 at 6, 4, 6, is it 6, 6:30, 4:36 in the afternoon. But what happens is, how do you find their personal year? Well, I took the month and day of Honeybee 22, and they happen to be in an 8 personal year. Now, this is a cycle that everybody wants to get a hold of when it comes their way. Why? It's normally associated with achievements, doing things on a grand scale, some kind of recognition. It's also about money and power and the ability to influence and get things done. It's kind of like an executive cycle. So this is one of those, and this is a cycle because it's 8 and 8 rules Saturn, where the person also does a lot of growing up. And because they're born on the 21st, and 20 people on the 3, they're very youthful. They've got this very youthful attitude, fun-loving attitude. So if you've noticed that you're now more serious-minded right about now, that would make sense. So since you're in an 8 personal year, and I add 8 to the 6 position month, that equals 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So you're in a 5 personal month. So you are ready to make a change in the way you've been doing things, either with your finances or relationships or people from your past, since that's what the 8 is indicative of, among other descriptions. So since you are in a 5 personal month, then when I look at the 5 personal month, You happen to be in a 6 personal week. So it tells me around Friday the 2nd or this tomorrow the 6th will be very important. And it tells me since you're in the 8th month and since 8 rules money and 6 rules money, I'd be on the lookout for some kind of financial gain, financial moves, a better financial situation or budgeting and whatnot. And so, if nothing else this week, if this is your pay cycle, pay yourself first. Everybody else can get in line, but pay yourself first. Okay. So your lucky numbers, by the way, since you're a borderline case, I suspect you might still be under the sign of Cancer. So I would make it a 3, 2, and 7, which means Monday and Fridays are your best days, and Thursdays, excuse me. Yeah, 3, 2, 7. Or if you're a Leo, it would be the 3, 1, and 4, which means Thursday, followed by Sunday would be your best days. But anyway, thank you very much for joining. And again, in about 3 minutes or so, my buddy should be joining us, and we will do this. Now, this person is E.B. Simpson, and they said they're born January the 29th. Their life path is a 7. Let me see if that's true. That is true. And their personal year is a 1. That is correct. You're absolutely correct. Okay, good. Now, but you didn't tell me the personal month. So how do you do it? You know you're in a 1 personal year, which means this is a year to get your stuff together, okay? To do things in your best interest, no question. It's not what the kids want, the mates want, the lover wants, the family wants. It's about what E.B. Simpson wants for E.B. Simpson. Just that simple, okay? So when I add your 1 to the 6th position month, this new month we're in of June, 1 plus 6 is 7. So that means this is a month to do some soul searching, some reflection, some seeking of higher minds and going into the feeling of wisdom and, you know, things like this. Normally, when a person enters a 7 day, any 7 phase, 7 days, 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 year, they're about doing a lot of soul searching. And this is when they go to get readings or spiritual counseling, or they join a church, or they become a born again Christian, or they get psychic readings, but they're looking for something higher than past the 5 senses of taste, touch, smell, all those other things. Okay. So, anyway, so that means that this is a month not to chase after things. So since you're in a 7 personal year a month, excuse me, yes, since you're in a 7 personal month, and now you're in a 1 personal week, 7 plus 1 is 8. So that means since 7 rows a closer inspection, take a closer inspection this week about your finances. It tells me back on Saturday, the 4th, or this coming 8th, which is coming up in a couple of days, in 3 days, which would be very important for you to begin to either take a look at how you need to manage your money better, take a look at how things are happening, and also reflect on maybe some past events or some things that are now taking you to the next level and how you look at life. You'll find it this week that those under the signs of Capricorn, Aquarius, followed by those born on the 4th, the 8th, the 13th, the 17th, the 22nd, 26th, or 31st, should be very important to you in some way, shape, or form. But this is definitely a week to do a lot of growing up. And next week, the week of the 8th through the 14th, since 9 is your opposition number, keeping it real, it means take it easy. Don't get into no arguments, no confrontations, no fender benders. Just take your time, and fulfill your dreams, yes, but avoid anything and be careful while you're handling sharp instruments and stuff like that. Since 9 rules accidents from nicks, cuts, burns, bruises, breaks, fender benders, falls, fractures, whatever the case is, like that. Explosive and guns too. It don't look like you be dealing with no guns, but nonetheless, E.B. Simpson. So that's your situation for this month, being in a 7 month, being in an 8 week. So take it easy. This week is financial. Next week is cautious. Actually, the last 2 weeks from the 15th to the end of the month, you'll be in a much, much better position to do things. Okay. So thank you. Now, this is a male. Thank you, Spiritual Kai, because, majority of my clientele are mostly women. So I'm always assuming it's a woman. But my buddy who was born April the 9th, Flock Step, I think 99, that's my buddy. So he got me straight. So in this way, you are born on August the 29th, which makes you a earth sign with a water number. You happen to be in an 8 personal year. Since 8 is a year of growth and reflection and movement and achievement and recognition, you happen to be, when I add 8 to the 6 calendar month, you happen to be in a 5 personal month, which means you are about making some changes. It also indicates for this month that during the course of it, Virgos, or like you, the Geminis, will be of help, as well as people born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd. But when I add your 5 personal month to the first position, you are in a 6 personal week. Now, 6 is friendly to you, and 6 deals with relationships. 6 gets along with the sign of Virgo. 6 gets along well with the number 2. So, romantically or financially, I would expect there to be some interesting things happening for you. So it tells me this past Friday, which was the 2nd, and since you were born on the 29th, that may have been significant, or coming up on the 6th, which will be tomorrow, will probably be very, very important for you in some way. But anyway, if you need to make adjustments and things like that, you should do well. By the way, women can sometimes be your blessing and your curse, keeping it real. But one day, if you ever call me for a session, I'll explain it more. Your most important numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. And I looked at your birthday. Look at all those nines in your birthday. All of those nines, okay? So that's August, September, October, November. So that tells me you were conceived somewhere around November, which is none of my business. Or it means that one of your parents then, since that was the year conceived in 1998, was in either Aries or Scorpio or Leo, or born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th of the month. These are all research questions, which is none of my business. Just trying to help you out, my brother. You have a blessed day. All righty. So let me go back to let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. Okay, we got True the 8th. All right, March the 15th. All right, so this person is a water sign with an earth number, and during the course of life, money, gifts, or favors are likely to come to them in some way or shape or form. And March, April, May, June, and they were also conceived in the month of June. But the point is, when I do their personal year, they happen to be in what is called a 7 personal year. Now, this is important. In order to get the personal month and get to the personal week, you must know what month, what year you're in first. So when I took March the 15th, added the 2023, that added to an uh, 8, 9, added to a 7. So they're in a 7 personal year. So this is the year to go within. And it's interesting, your first name is starting with a truth. So this is about seeking truth, inner knowledge, inner wisdom, inner knowing about things, about why you do the things you do and why they happen in the way they do around you. And at the same time, this is also a period whereby, since I add 7 to June, that equals 13. So that means this is and now I will be honest with you, there are certain numbers that are very friendly, like your numbers are excellent because there's a 6, 3, and 9. So it's the what they call the Tef, Tesla trilogy. He says those who understand the Nikolai Tesla. Thank you, thank you. Nikolai Tesla would understand the 3, 6, and 9, where you have all of them in artistic taste. But however, June is a challenging month to your zodiac sign. And now you're in a 4 personal month, which is a challenge to your date of birth. It doesn't mean you can't get through the month because you have no choice. Okay. June is not going to disappear just for you, me, or anybody else on this planet. This is what we're going through. It's just how you do it. One of the things to do it when you're in a challenging month or a challenging cycle like June, because you're in a 4 personal month, which is in opposition to your 6, is to go with understanding, to go with the flow. When it rains, you just don't walk out there with no rain gear. You get an umbrella, you get your boots, you get a raincoat. So if June is a kind of a little rainy, however, there are going to be, and especially this first week, because your 4 personal month added to the first calendar week is a 5. Now 5 is one of your opposition numbers too. 4 and 5 are oppositions. So that means if this week has just been kind of crazy and yet missed opportunities or things of that nature, that would kind of make sense. But what happens is when you look at the week number 2, which is the 8th through the 14th, 4 plus 2 is 6, which matches your number. So I would say it's somewhere around the second Friday or somewhere around the 12th leading up to the 15th. That should be a more important time for you. But it simply means this month, take it easy. Don't stress yourself. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And when people approach you, have a more cautionary attitude rather than a put it all in one basket attitude, and you'll find you'll do well. So, but during the course of this month, you'll find that an Aquarius will help, or a Leo, or in a minor way, a Gemini, which sometimes can be friendly to your number, but antagonistic to your sign. So that's a whole nother thing. So my buddy should be joining us soon. If not, we will do this. Okay, let's see what we got here. All righty. I'm going to kind of go back a bit. And this is interesting. This is Kristen Baber, I think, or Barber. So anyway, you are a Capricorn master number 11 person. So that means you're in a one personal year, which means this is a year to self-start, get things off the ground. It also means that since you are in a one personal year added to the 6th position month, this new month of June that we started, that makes you in a 7 personal year, personal month, excuse me. And that means the time to kind of lay back, don't chase, and definitely operate under what is called the law of attraction. Because think of 7 as a magnetic energy. That's why you think of this whole year, 2023, which is year of 7, as a huge magnet. So whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're going to draw to you. So if you're thinking success, that's what you will get. If you're thinking non-success, you're going to get non-success. Okay. So if money is what you want, think about it, draw it to you. It's interesting. I saw a little clip with Reverend Eichenbacher, a Gemini, by the way. His birthday would have been this month. And he was talking about before you go to sleep, you kind of see in your mind what you want, and then you sleep on it. And he says during the course of it, the mind will have a way of beginning to trigger and produce and meet those expectations of what you went to sleep with. So, but this is the whole year for anybody. So this year is not just restricted to you, but it's open to everybody that walks this planet Earth. Some a better degree than others. But the point is not to chase, but more to magnetize and draw it to you. Because the more you chase, the more it will be in sight, but out of reach. So since this year, this month of June is a 7, and we're in a 7 universal month, just think about not chasing, but what you want. Money, magnetize it. Love, magnetize it. Health, magnetize it. Wherever it is you desire, a new car, magnetize it to you, because this year is allowing you to jumpstart your life and start fresh all over again. So this month says be in a reflective month, but since the first week, from the 1st to the 7th, is an 8 personal week, and it rules Capricorn, which is your sign, you should really get this party started this week, okay? That is, look for the first Saturday, which was back on the 3rd, which is friendly to you, or somewhere on the 8th, coming up in a couple of days, to kind of bring you some very important news financially that should make your life better. And since you're in a 1 month, it rules raises, promotions, stepping out on faith. And since you're in an 8 personal week, don't be surprised if some money flow your way, some news of a kind of a raise or promotion or something like that comes up. But this is also a good deal to deal with legal matters, wills, legal documents, insurance papers, and stuff like that too. So anyway, that's you. By the way, your lucky numbers are the 2, 7, and 8. And my good buddy King Simon has just joined us. So I'm going to have to switch over to this brother and see what's up with him. All righty. So thank you very, very much. And let me see. King Simon.
What's up, brother? Sorry about the delay. I tell you,
welcome to being human. Welcome to being human. No
when you have clients, brother, they want to ask all kind of questions after before.
So it's always as you go into the home stretch. Oh, I got a question, and that question is
3 of them.
Yeah. So I know I've been through that. I've been through. Simon, how you doing, man?
Whew, brother, it's been a journey, brother. But I didn't look. If I would have knew this, I would have left numbers alone.
I thought I would retire. I found out that'll never happen.
Ain't happening,
And
bro.
I love what I do.
Exactly. That's the
So
whole
we're gonna
thing.
be doing this for a minute, okay?
Believe
How you
me,
been?
man, brother. We had a great time with Tassili, my aunt, last night at Tassili. Yesterday with Queen of Four and I spoke at this event. We tore the place down the only way that New Yorkers could do it. Tear
Well,
the place
listen,
down.
between a Leo and Aquarius, I would expect
Oh
that
yeah,
to be
we had and Tassili's a sad, so Sagittarius. So
air and
we tore,
fire all over the place,
and we was
right?
all over the place. Red, blue pill was there. All of it was there. We did what we got to do, bro. That's what we do.
Well, that's nice. That's nice to hear. Simon, you're one of the best when it comes to numerology and how you articulate it and things like that. But there are certain things that's happening that I want to share that's kind of like a first for me.
Yes,
It's
sir.
the
Yes.
first for our viewers. And
Yes.
that is you are going to be starting a TV show soon. Can
Oh
you tell us
yes.
about it, please?
Sure. Did you play the commercial already, or should I
No,
play it for you?
are you kidding? How am I going to play the commercial and you're
You.
not here to break it down? So now let me bring that in.
Okay. Okay.
So
You can
let's
do it.
see. Here we go. Put it on the full screen.
There you go.
And then I'm going to, okay. Here we go, Simon.
Wow.
Did you ever wonder if your birth date holds information about your destiny? Why you keep seeing the same number or several numbers? Welcome to Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. I am your host, King Simon. Numbers are not here to control you, they're here to give you guidance. It is all connected to numbers, frequencies, patterns, and cycles. Yes, through mathematical, mystical, and esoteric attributes of the numbers, noticeable patterns, cycles, and sequences that numbers has helped to reveal an understanding of mathematics, because numerology can help give guidance. The year, the month, the day, your life path, all of that. You just got to know how to use it. People, places, things, passions, gifts, talents, skills, and abilities connected to that number. Your numbers connected to your name and birthday is a very important application of this esoteric science. It's time for you to be able to read the numbers.
Simon, that's awesome. That's all I can tell you, buddy. That's awesome.
I'm showing my afro too in that series, so you know what that is.
Yeah, I said that boy, that hair grew some, When is it air officially for those?
On June the 11th on Forbidden Knowledge TV network. Yeah, it's $7.77 to subscribe, $7.77 for the whole year to subscribe. But he has some very good stuff on there. If I do another series, I already told him I want you with me on that series. We got to do what we do. Dr. B Sirius is on there, of course. Elizabeth Hawkstraw, of course. Nikki, who we came on, Nikki does it a mental health on there. She also, but there's a lot of people because he mixes it up with black, white, Asians, all that, because he's had.
The world is universal.
Yeah, he had David Icke on there, on there, all that stuff, man. Of course, the guy who wrote Chariots of the God, which I have that book. We have those type of books from back in the day.
Yeah, I got three of his.
Yeah. So
anyway, Sam, so how do you feel about being an upcoming TV star? I think this is nice, Simon.
Man, but we've been doing radio and television for years. This is the new era now, and we've reinvented ourselves. We gotta be happy about that, man. And I'm happy to be a part of your journey, and I'm happy that you're part of my journey. I'm happy we're part of each other's journey on this.
Yeah, very, very happy for you, Simon. I think it's amazing, and you're to be congratulated. So when you sent me the review, I didn't text you back. I said I had to get on the phone and say, yo, congrats. And then could you be on? Because of course I want to be one of the first.
Yes, sir.
To bring to at least our viewers the fact of what they're going to see coming from a great astronumerologist, King Simon.
Well, people on 19 Keys show, he got 1 million views right now. So y'all go make sure y'all go link up on that. Did you see that, Lloyd, yet?
What's that?
You got a million views with that 19 keys.
Oh yeah,
19
on my
keys.
TikTok. Yes,
Yeah,
1 million.
not on the TikTok, on YouTube.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
You
recent
know, I
night.
did the
Yeah,
interview with him. A
yeah, the
million
recent
views?
night. It reached a million.
Wow.
Congratulations! I got congratulate you. Stop playing.
Oh,
You're right
okay.
there. You know I'm gonna flip it back. I'm gonna flip it back, sir. I'm gonna flip it back.
Now let's say this. You know, I'm looking
Yes, sir.
forward to us hanging together
Yes, sir.
as we used to hang back in the day. In New Orleans, we did a different type of hanging, but we hung.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to invite some of my old girlfriends out. Come hang out. Yo, Lloyd, they've been asking me, yo, Simon, when y'all gonna do some parties? I said, no, man, I don't do that. We could go to dinner. Let's go to dinner and just
Yeah,
hang out, have a nice little
that's what they
conversation.
say. That was then,
And
but
now,
this is
yeah,
now.
this is now. Yeah,
But
they all complimented me. They all hit me up. Tony, remember Tony Flowers? He hit me up.
yeah,
Vic, all
yeah.
of them has hit me up. All the sisters, Tropical, all of them hit me up. Shay, she hit me up. Big
Hey,
up to
yeah.
Shay.
She's
Shay
in
hit
Puerto
me
Rico.
up, and
Yeah.
so I'm happy. I sent out that link, and they all proud of me, and I'm it's the reinvention, Lord, and that's
But
I tell people
everybody
out there.
should be proud because forbidden knowledge on Billy Carson is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whether it's Linktree, I mean, it's his Linktree, or whether it's his TikTok,
Yes.
whatever platform he is, he just brings them out in droves. And
Yes.
so the fact that he would feature a TV series and you kicking it off,
Yes, sir.
I'd say not bad. I'm
Yeah.
impressed. That's
Oh,
when I said, listen, and you know, I called you at the last minute. Time you got to be on.
I
I
know.
don't.
I know.
You said I had a show. I said I don't care. You got to be on. Well, it can't get up to 7:30. I don't care. You got to be on. Well, we can talk about this because I wanted to be the first to, or at
You
least
are.
one of the first to kind of let people know what they got to look forward to on June the 11th, which is in a matter of 6 days, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. I know it's gonna take up. I know it's turning up. It's already. I can feel the frequency, and I'm dreaming, and I'm doing astro travel and all kinds of stuff, Lord. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. But family, let me tell you something. Lloyd has been one of the wings under the wind under my wings, and I just have to give back to him the same way he's given to me. And I remember telling somebody about the first time I heard. I actually called in on Gary Burr's show on LIV and it's bring tears to my eyes because you've been selfishly sharing this wisdom of numbers, and you said to us, you said over the phone to me, but I know you used to say it in your class. Take it and do what you want to do with it. What, because you're going to bring your own patterns and cycles and secrets. You don't bring your own thing, and that you might won't be as proficient as us now unless you put in that work from your own perspective, like a Jackie.
That's
Or
the only
like
way, though. You got to put in the work. And in fact, you got 4 books to prove you put in the works. In fact, one of your 4 books, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated, is now considered one of the best selling numerology books of all times.
Man.
And they ranked it from 1 to 100.
Yes, sir.
You're in the top 100 of the best selling numerology books of all time. I mean, excuse me, if I don't feel, you need to feel good about yourself.
I
So
do feel good. I feel good.
yeah,
I just try to maintain humility because you know how it is.
yeah. I
People
know that feeling.
and I just sent this interview to Billy and Elizabeth. So I want them to know that you want to be on their show, and you want to come on their show.
Yeah.
You want them to come on your show because you and I said it on the microphone over this. I said, Queen of Four, Ian Levazad, and people like people like Oprah and all that are contemporaries of yours, and they love Lloyd. You know what I'm saying? And he is the catalyst for us. And like you said, your father said, always give a man or woman their props. Always.
Yeah. Be not afraid. Be not afraid.
I'm not afraid,
Yeah.
brother. I'm
In
not
fact,
about.
when you do that, acknowledge other people. It helps keep your ego in check, believe it or not. When you think you ain't all of that. Okay.
Yeah, pardon me. I'm drinking my coconut water after doing sessions all day today. And then coming on this, I got to hydrate myself.
Well, now also, Simon.
Yes, sir.
This is a part 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you created another item called the Deck of Guidance.
Ooh, boy.
That is so cool. Tell us about this, Simon.
The Deck of Guidance, family. It's a simple way of using the numbers to guide you. As Lloyd knows that I'm connected to the frequency of the number 1, And number 1 is straightforward, straight to the point. You don't even see a whole elaborate breakdown inside of it. I gave you a simple, if you look at the card, you see I have a simple breakdown. It's real simple. It tells you this is just a book of guidance, keeping it simple. And each one of them, some of the people was going to do it like a tarot. I said, if you whip out a card for the day and you might show this card for the day, this is the 8, this is number 8 card, which is interesting. You'll see the positive of the number 8, which is self-confidence, executive abilities, and intelligence. And then the negative of the 8 would be abuse of power, fears, failure, and controlling. But I always put an affirmation on the bottom to remind people that 8 energy, if you see it a lot or you connected to it, it says, I am learning how to balance myself in everything I do. I must move with confidence and intelligence.
Well,
so
that's
each one
why.
of those, yes,
and if you notice, this is you put on,
yes,
on the card how to use this deck. These cards are for learning the basics about each number and their simple energetic guidance. Thanks for your support from King Simon, the Numerovator deck of guidance. And you email him at Numerovations.
G-cards at Gmail. Yeah.
Yeah. And these are the cards. These are my cards.
Yes. Yo, Lloyd is something else. I've done. Let me tell you, he bought 2 packs because he wanted to keep one as a memorabilia, and then I've bought Lloyd's book so many times. I've given away his book
like that.
I mean, look, I've given away his books, Queen of Fools books, Dr. Africa books, because sometimes I have them so much to the point that and that's about people. You got to support each other. You gotta support each other in what we do. And yes, you can get go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
And since today is the 5th, I selected 4 cards, all number 5s. Can you explain them to our?
Really? You put that?
I did. I went there, Simon. Okay.
Now, like the cards are saying, if you look, each one of those cards have an affirmation on the bottom of them to show and give you some type of guidance for this day. So if 14, if next week, if the 14 shows up, making connections, mental focus, adaptable, avoid being irresponsible, stubborn, or addictive, or having addictive ways. And I always tell my clients, Lloyd, that addiction has a positive and negative. You could be addicted to education, or you could be addicted to drugs.
Yes.
One or the other. Then I put like I said, I put an affirmation on all of these. So it's powerful in the sense to keep it simple, because even a child can understand this. And if I like Kaba Hiawatha Kamene from Hidden Colors, if your 5-year-old or your 6-year-old up to 85 or 86 years old can't understand it, then why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
So now today is the 5th, and you saw the first card I pulled out was the 5th card.
Oh, the 5th card. That's right. And of course,
how do they do it? Do they just shuffle the cards and then just pick?
They can shuffle the cards, get the vibration. You could blow on the cards, get your own spiritual vibration on it, and do the draw for the day. If you want to do 5 card or 1 card or whatever, wherever your spirit says, you go with it. Now, put it like this. If you're born under any of the numbers, you can pull out 9 cards. If you're born on the 9, you pull out 9 cards. You pull out, or like I said, whatever makes you happy, you do on your day, or even before you go to bed, with intentions before you go to bed in the sleep world.
This actually helps people tap into their intuitions.
Exactly. That's why they can do it before they go to bed. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Now, what we're going to do, Simon, is we're going to go to our comment section.
Yeah, okay.
Now, a lot of people have put in, but we'll do birthdays. Okay. And we'll let you shuffle the cards and we'll keep our fingers crossed, okay?
Well, I mean, we could do that. I mean, like I said, it's really for the individual, for them to learn. I mean, if they want me to break down certain things of how to stay motivated with their numbers, let's do that. I don't mind that. The cards is cool, but it's really for you, the individual, to work. It's not for me to drop it like it's tarot. It's not a tarot deck. It's a deck of guidance for you, the individual. So if I pull it, it might be pulled out for myself. And we know 45 equals 9, and 9 is one of my power numbers. Let's go figure. You know what I'm saying? It's already related. I've blown on it. I've done all kinds of stuff to this. I've shuffled it up and down like I was playing poker. I've done it all with this. You know what I'm saying? I've slept with it next to me. I've done it all.
You got issues, Simon.
I do, but it's all good.
See, well, let's take it for Feliciano. for example?
Feliciano, Jennifer Feliciano. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful name. You know, I think
And
I know
she
another
is
sister.
a Virgo
Yes,
one
she
person.
is.
So now in a case like this,
Yes.
what do you do with your cards? You because you got how many cards are in the deck? Because it got a whole
It's about 78 cards. Because I also touch master numbers. I touched 1111. The 44 is in the deck. If you look
yeah,
at it,
and
the 44,
99, I
the
got
444,
99 right here.
all of them is in there. So with somebody like her, me personally, okay, let's say I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna draw the card. Let me shuffle these cards
There
and
you
stop
go.
playing.
There you go.
And
There
stop.
you go.
See, now
Stop
you're
fooling
taking
around.
me back to my poker days. You know,
Yeah, stop fooling around with Judith and get some cards out there, buddy.
you know, and boo, you know. Okay, listen. All right. Let me lay down. Okay, let's say I pull one card for her. Look what came up, Lloyd. The number one.
Whoa, whoa! You can't make that up, as they say. That's
I just
amazing.
shuffled it.
That's
And
amazing, Simon.
this deck is well shuffled.
No,
I've
no,
been shuffling
no.
this for
We
at least
just
a month.
witnessed you shuffle them.
I just shuffled it for a month.
You
You heard
didn't know.
so the one says, of course, she's born on the first, creative mind, leadership qualities. You need to exude a little bit more of your creativity, your leadership qualities, because usually, as me and you know it, Lloyd, that when you're born under that number one, usually you're pushed to that frequency, to that high, that leadership quality in anything you want to do. But also it says you also got to have the oneness of the all with you. Also recognize the oneness of the creator with you. And the negative is being selflessness, being overcoming being selfish, arrogant, overly controlling, because sometimes one can be a little controlling. We know what this is. But the affirmation of this one is, I am creating my own lane and I am learning the art of becoming one with my inner guide. That is what the one has to do. Learn to become one with the inner guide, because it is an intuitive fire number.
I think that is amazing. The first one out the deck.
We just shuffled. I was just
Yeah,
shuffling the thing.
Okay, I saw you. I saw you. I bear witness, as they say. Okay, let's go to this one.
Let me shuffle again.
Is Z, December the 13th of 72. Please.
Let me shuffle again.
On the same day as Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, yes. Oh, Lord. I hope he gets better, man. I hope he
But
does
don't
get
forget,
better.
his illness was described as odd and unusual.
Yes.
It's typical of a 4.
What came through was the number 55. 55 came through for that particular, which is interesting also.
Her numbers are the 1, 4, and 3. So 55 is her number.
It's one of her numbers. Again. Yeah, yes, one of her numbers. So that's interesting. And that's, of course, it says mastering adventures, pioneer, creativity, avoid the scattered mind, avoid running away from responsibility, avoid recklessness. And the affirmation of the 55 is, I'm willing to overcome all fears-based teachings to be my highest and most adventurous self.
Simon, you know you're on to something, right?
I know I'm on to something. I know I'm on to something, Lloyd. I don't even use these in my sessions yet. I don't even do that yet.
No, that's why I wanted to do another first.
You're the first to do it.
Bring you on here to leave these cards, how these cards work. Because I looked at the cards, they looked at me and said, yeah, what do you want? You need to call Simon up in here with cards. Okay? So that's all I'm saying, buddy.
My stomach.
Now, Simon, question.
Yes.
How did you come up with these cards concept in the first place, the deck of guidance?
Man, I got Michelle Backham's I forgot her name. She's another book. She wrote her deck of cards. And I'm she got a whole thick book in there and how to explain each card and all that. I said, you know what? I need to do this simple. And it's right here. Let me show you. I'm gonna big her up. I'm not afraid of bigging her up. This is a great numerology deck. This got a book of numerology. And when I seen
I
this,
got that too.
Yeah, we got this. Michelle
Backen.
We got this deck, but I wanted something from a simple perspective where people can learn that even if your children play with it and know how to read, you could teach them the words with this: creativity, stability, goal-orientated, motivational things, and then tell them what to avoid. Stubborn-minded, you could guide them with the numbers, because now you're showing them the esoteric way of using the cards and using their numbers to recognize, even when they're with friends at school and they start seeing certain numbers that might show up. The number 7, that child might be born on the 7. Then you know what to encourage that child born under number 7. Philosopher's attitude, scholarly attitude, analytical, and then avoiding the negative, and then give them an affirmation and make it like a prayer and tell that child to close their eyes and let's listen to the affirmation and let it sink into their soul. Because when you talk to children in their ear or talk to anybody, remember, things go in, they don't come out. Everything we've seen and heard all of our life has gone into us. They don't come out of us. So we got to be able to give them the most positive and productive ways of, at least simple ways of guiding people. And that's why I created the Numerovator deck.
Well, I got another one for you right here.
Lord have mercy. Let me shuffle.
Yeah. June the 3rd of 82. They said they're 11 life paths. So they know their stuff.
Oh, they already know their stuff.
What say you about Sweet V?
Oh, yeah. Let me pull a card on her. Let me pull out 3 cards for this one. Lord have mercy. She needs 3. 13 came up. Woo, 13 came up. 24 came up. And 41 came up. Very interesting.
And her numbers are the 3, 6, and 5. So 2 out of those 3 cards match her numbers.
Exactamundo. We see that. So
now, how do you read those 3 cards? How do you do it?
Now, if this come up after you do a shuffle, 13 represents the number of transformation, innovation, and uncanny leadership. But the negative of the 33 is the 13. It says, don't be misunderstood. Avoid misunderstanding. Avoid the secret haters. Be careful of secret haters. Procrastination. And the affirmation of that particular card is, it is time to transform and be willing to reinvent yourself. Develop your inner leadership qualities and use them accordingly. And then 24 says, the positive of the number 24 is assistance from a high magnetic intuitive love. Being assistance from the high, being magnetic in whatever you do, and being intuitively loved. Learn how to be intuitively loved, not just with yourself, but with others, and show that form of intuitive love to others also. But also, and I want people to think about this. It's about unpacking the word, because each word has a meaning. And some people want to get read and want to reading, but it's not about reading for me. It's about advising you and seeing how much you want to activate and maximize. So all you have to do is go and study the dictionary meaning of what I'm saying on here so you can maximize its meaning. That's what I tell you in my book, Numerovator for Mental Stability. That's why I give meaning. I break down meanings in the book.
So what about that 5 then?
That 41 that I got, the 41 that came up. All right.
Yeah,
41. Be flexible, be approachable, be enthusiastic. Avoid bad attitude, irresponsibility, and fearlessness. Now, the affirmation of the 24, let me give that. I magnetically attract whom I need in my life. I allow divine assistance from the Most High to guide me. And then the affirmation for this one, 41, is I am approaching life with optimism, and I am allowing myself to be enthusiastically great.
Simon, a lot of work went into these cards.
Oh, you're damn right, brother. I wasn't playing.
No, I could tell.
I stood up all night
into these cards.
One time I made a mistake and I had to go and unravel and do it all over again, Lord. I deleted it by mistake, and I know this was the time. This was the one that had to come out.
Listen. Now I got my card. You got your cards. Can people get these cards?
Yes, they can. They could order these cards. You just got to contact me through either text, because it's not on a link yet, because I want to make sure I have a certain amount. I have only 3 of them left, 3 packs left before I order my next bunch.
And I got 2 of them. So, but it's okay.
Yeah, I gotta order a whole bulk, because what happened, if people want to pre-order, they can pre-order. But I've got as soon as I come back, I can't do it right now because I got to head down to Delaware, and it takes a good amount of time for these things to come, these orders to come from where it's coming from. But look, I say get my book and just study my book. That's what I'm going to tell you. Go study my book until I do a whole another promotion, because I'm about to pull that other promotion down about the cards. But this time I'm going to just make sure I have the whole stack of them around me, and then I can go crazy.
This is I'm very honored to even have a deck.
You made it, brother. You made it.
I mean, this is like, wow. I might even try reading some of my clients like that too. Said, let me shuffle these things. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I used to do? I used to do this also. I did this 10 years ago. I did this 5 years ago. I took Tavis Smiley's deck, and I put a number.
Tavis Smiley, radio, TV.
Yeah, radio. Tavis Smiley got a deck. Yeah.
Get out of here.
And he got a deck on motivational. But what I did is put a number to each one of them. I put a number to each one of them, and I used to shuffle them, and I used to draw it out on my radio show and give people motivation from the card that I draw on radio. I used to do this on radio. And you know who else has a deck? My cousin on my father's side, Grace Jones' brother, Peter Jones. Peter Jones have a deck also. He has a deck also. I have that. I gave that away to a family member, but you can do whatever you want. Remember, whatever works for you. Remember, thoughts are things. I put numbers to this deck and I started drawing them. So I created my own deck this time with affirmations and the positive and negative of the meaning of the numbers. And this time, I don't have to go to his deck, but it is inspirational if you want to do it. Let's say you have a podcast and you have his deck and you want to motivate the person for today. And it says, move forward, reach back. And he says in his card, as you move forward, on the ascent to the top, reach back to help someone else attain equal success. This is Tavis Smiley.
I was on Tavis Smiley's show out in California about
years ago. Yeah. When last you talked to him? He born September 13th.
Yes, he is. Same day as the Anna Van Zandt.
Yes.
I want and Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Right.
Yes,
anyway, we do this. We check on each other. I like that. I want to thank Z. I think we read her, and thank you so much for the donation. Gratitude and blessing.
Let me read that. Let me read that letter, because for you to name yourself Z is something else.
Yes.
Just Z. Because remember, the letters have a frequency. So it tells me and it tells Lloyd, if you look in the Pythagorean system, you'll see the 8. But if you look in the Chaldean system, you see the 7.
Yeah.
You see both. So in the 8, it tells me you're an old soul. And there's certain things that you like to keep to yourself. There's a lonely aspect about you. There's a deeper studying aspect that you have about you. There's also a spiritual aspect, but always recognize assets and liability, not just physically, but also spiritually too. That's what it's telling me, just looking at that letter Z, because you chose that letter for a reason in the depth of your soul.
So what about the 7 then, sir?
Well, that's when I was talking about going with the spiritual, and we already know 7 is the number of manifestation, law of attraction. But remember, the number 7 is known as the God energy. So it's important according to biblical numerology. According to biblical numerology, remember that 7 is also leading you to the rest of God. So all you have to do sometimes is not be sorry, that's my alarm. They always telling me something. All you have to do is realize that when you deal with, when 7 pops up, always be willing to relax and let go, and don't chase nothing. Don't chase, because 7 is that, like Lloyd would say, the law of attraction number. But remember, God rested on the 7th day. He didn't keep on working. He relaxed and just let the world be and manifest. Look at from that idea. Look at that perspective. The religious perspective can be also applied to what we're doing in numerology.
Well, I got another person we're going to use those cards on, and this is Vanetta Hamblin.
Hamblin. How you doing, Vanetta?
Vanita, I guess.
Vanita Acapone. You got it going on. Vanita Acapone. Let me stop singing.
She says hand pink waving.
Hey, hand pink waving.
Yeah.
Let me shuffle this thing again. All right, let's go. Let's pull it out. Boom. 18 shows up. She born under that Sagittarius energy, so she knows. 18 shows up. Let me pull one more. Boom. 24 shows up again. Woo-hoo, something going on with you, girl.
That's interesting.
Let's do it again. All right, look here. 18 says headstrong, caring leadership, humanitarian. Avoid being misleading and inconsistent and imbalanced. The affirmation: I am allowing myself to be helpful to those in need, and I am leading myself and others to a better life. That's what the affirmation of the 18. You must learn to do that, my dear. And the 24 goes right back. Assistance from high, being magnetic, intuitive love, avoid being controlling, narrow-minded, and resentful. And the affirmation: I magnetically attract whom I need in my life. I allow divine assistance from the Most High to guide me. And let me tell some people, let me clarify some people, Lloyd, because sometimes people get it twisted. You can have a friend and you do a reading with me and Lloyd, or both of you do it one week another way, and then both of y'all have similar numbers and similar mathematics. Now, if Lloyd said you're supposed to write or do certain writing and doing all that kind of stuff, and then tell your friend the same thing, don't judge it and say, how is it supposed to be the same thing with brother? Well, y'all have similar, y'all are attracted to each other. Y'all are friends because y'all might have similar patterns. It just depends on which person decides to write the book first. Not everybody gonna write their book.
Amen. Amen.
No, but they don't understand that, because some people, I've had that and people in England and certain places, they go, how are my friend and I gonna have a similar stance as far as reading or need to write a book or whatever? That's because y'all have similar numbers connected to it that deals and says that you should, one of y'all are supposed to do it, or both of y'all are supposed to do it. Which one decides to do it, that's up to you.
But see, the beauty of it is, if that were the case, then why would you, Jazz Aphrodite, Brandon Smith, Rebels Bay, you write books on numerology? Because they've got a ton of books out there.
And look at, you got Rebels Bay born on the 7th, right?
Yep.
You got Jackie born on the 20th. You got also Brandon born on the 20th. Look at that already, that connection of writing.
And I'm born on the 7th.
Exactly. All my names on my name, my first names and middle name is all added to a number 7. How does this all equate?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just showing you that I have those patterns of those 7s and those 2s and those 20s. I have them all in my chart. Remember, numbers run through all of your chart. Which one you want to maximize is up to you. Because I keep on telling you, numbers don't control you. It's here to guide you. You keep on.
I see why you stay booked.
Yeah, they talk about, I'm a number 1. I'm a number 1. They'll go right to the life path. I said, man, you got a multitude of numbers you don't understand, and all numbers are infinite. Yeah, it comes from the 0, and it keeps on going. Keep on going. Go ahead.
I'm going to read this person here. This is Sonia.
A lot of mercy. How you doing, Sonia? How you feeling?
And she is 42279, so she's a 448.
Let me pull out a card for you, Sonia, because I know. Let me shuffle this right, because I got.
She has the 7 life path or destiny on the
7th. Girl,
and that means she's a loner too.
You born the same day as Marshawn Lynch, I think. That's Marshawn Lynch's birthday. I think that's his birthday, right?
And she's born the same day as Kathy Hughes too.
26 came up for her.
We mentioned about the 8. Okay.
26 came up, and let's draw a number. 37 came up.
Okay, that's 37. A 1. That's one of her numbers.
That's one of her numbers. And 26 says consideration, compassion, and responsibility. Avoid poor judgment, dishonesty, and abuse of power. The affirmation for the 26 is, I am considerate and I must be responsible for my actions. The 37, good partnerships, deeply spiritual, public magnetism. The negative, avoid emotional conflict, avoid being manipulative, avoid being deceitful. And then the affirmation for the 37, I am deeply connected to spiritual guides, and I am able to magnify good partnerships in all walks of life.
Excellent. Thank you,
sir.
Now we're gonna do we're gonna do Darius.
Out of mercy.
Usama. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. He is
where are you from, my friend? Are you from? Where are you from? You are from? Where are you from, my friend? I don't know where you're from. Let me pull a card from you and then find out where you're from, my friend. You can just put it up in there in the channel. I'm serious. like my man that be breaking down mathematics on the board. He goes like this.
Yeah.
I love that too. Let me pull 2 cards out for him. Wow, 18 came up. Wow, that was quick. And let's see, boom. 444, 44, 44 came up for him.
Interesting.
Wait a minute, because he's born under a master number. That 29 equals that. What's all? I can't see. There you go. 444, 44, 44. 18, headstrong, caring leader, humanitarian. The negative, don't be misleading, inconsistent, or imbalanced. I am allowing myself to be helpful to those in need, and I am leading myself and others to be better in life. 4444, spiritually firm. Be spiritually firm. Be dedicated. Dedication. Universal trust. That is the power of the 4444. But the negative is feeling powerless, being irresponsible, being unpractical. And then the affirmation for the 4444, the 4444 is I honor my inner guides and I trust myself to move accordingly. Honor your inner guides and trust yourself to move accordingly. Lloyd?
You put a lot into those cards, man. I can tell they're not just something that was.
It's a work, boy. Whew.
And you know what? You know how you can't prove something, but the sense of it, I feel that it's like right on point with that. That's like
but like I told you, this is not tarot. Please know that this is not a tarot. Tarot cards is like centuries of our people recognizing symbols and those type of things passed on. I got the Origin of Tarot book right here, right now, right with me. And it shows you how to recognize those things, going back to Egypt. But that's years of this. This is just years of understanding the different guidings that we have to use with numbers. And if you pull it for yourself, and that's what you pull after you do a shuffle, then there's no coincidence. There's no accidents. You dropped it for a reason.
Have you pulled the cards on yourself, Simon?
Yeah, a few times. I pulled a card on myself a few times, and it's been very interesting. And I use it to stimulate my day. Sometimes I use it but I'm, Lord, I'm so busy, man.
You ain't gotta tell me.
I'm in the mountain, brother. I don't even go down to the city unless I need to go down to the city. That's how deep it is. You got to come. If you can't come to Muhammad, the mountain can't come to Muhammad. What's that old saying? You remember that?
You go to the mountain during Muhammad. That's it. That's
exactly.
It.
You got to bring the mountain to Muhammad or make mountain come. One of those sayings. But I'm in the mountain, bro, and I don't get
Natural Market. I think I read her earlier.
Natural Market. How you doing there?
Thanks so much. Thank you very, very much for that. Much appreciated.
I could drop a card for her too. I could just drop cards. That's all I could do. If she want Natural, since she gave you a donation, let's drop some cards for her. Natural Market, real quick. Let's pull up. Okay. Let's pull her back up. Since she that's generous. That's generous.
Yeah.
And Jackie, thank you very much for shouting me out in there, girl. Thank you very much. Boom.
Jackie, she's like, that's my angel. That's all.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she is. That's 20, boy. That 20. She don't stop, boy. Hold on, let me shuffle it right. I've got to do my thing. To tell I don't play cards anymore. I don't play poker and spades and all that. I ain't got no time to be playing games. 31 showed up. 31 showed up. Yeah, it's interesting. Hold on one second. And one more. 21 shows up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Lord have mercy. Where you at, boy? I mean, there you go. 21. There. All right. 31 says, Natural Market. That's very good. Stay creative. Focus on goals and higher thoughts. The negative is don't repress your thoughts. Don't repress yourself. Don't limit yourself, and make sure of not to be destructive. The affirmation of that 31 is, I am creative and my thoughts guides me to be my best. The only thing you could do is do your best. Always remember that. That's what it says in the 4 agreements. Do your best. Notice the 4 agreements, and that's 31. Think about that. Now, 21, it says elevation, success, and universal alchemy. Be a universal alchemist. And then the negative of the 21, unfocused, careless, and scandalous. But the affirmation of the number 21, I elevate my thoughts to higher levels and my success depends on it. I am focused.
That's deep. That's deep. I do want to address this lady here that just sent Sherelle McAdams. She ordered a service but have not heard from me. That's probably me being smart.
Me? Who's she talking to? Me or Lloyd? Who are you talking to?
He's talking to me.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
Or it could be both of us because we get a lot of,
I don't remember. Today I had to fill in somebody because there's so many people. And
I'm going to assume it was for me.
But put up who you talking about, Cheryl McAdams? Please clarify.
I'm assuming it's me, but in my case, the best way to reach me is you can go to my website, my email this from my app, a star 8. It's a star 8 LLC at gmail.com. It's ASTAR, like a star in the heavens,
right? With
a number 8 attached. A star 8 LLC at gmail.com. That because I get so much junk email, man. On my other ones, it's like for every one serious email, I get about 20 junk mails, man. So then it goes into spam and everything like that. So,
Lloyd, please be patient. People, please be patient with us. We are just one people doing our own thing. I mean, I'm I'm telling you, I'm like TK Kirkland. I manage myself. I book myself.
Yeah, I got to do everything. We are one man type situation.
Yeah, we do what we got to do.
But if so, I take full responsibilities. And if you send it to a star8llc@gmail.com, I will answer directly to find out when, where, and whatnot, and make sure you get straight. Okay.
And the app is beautiful, so y'all better jump on that app and stop playing. I love it. I'm on it, so this is what it is.
The good news is I've got it that Apple has finally cleared it, so it's another week for the Apple users. Because I'm an iPhone user. Okay,
yeah, I got both phones
myself. Yeah, so
I use 2 phones. But I keep the Apple in the bag because that's for children and when family want to contact you. You have my family and friends that contact me in emergency. But so she didn't mark up what she did, Cheryl. All right, Cheryl Adams.
We're gonna do that. This is key 75. It says, Lloyd, can you give in your case, Simon? Can you?
No, she's talking about you. Go ahead. She wants you to
no, Simon, no. I'm gonna see these cards. Well, I'll say this: key 75. Your numbers are the 5, 6, and 3. Mm-hmm. You are a water sign with an air number. All righty. And this particular year for you is the year where you are about making some dramatic changes that matches your birthday exactly as King Simon is now ready to spread the card.
Let me pull the card then. 25, come up, girl. 25. First card. Second card, 45, come up again. A lot of mercy. Now check this out. 25, it says, being observant is very important. Being using your experience and being a planner is very important, which is interesting because her alignment number adds up to a 25. When you add 23 plus that 2, that's 24, 25. So your alignment numbers are 25. The negative is saying, be careful of inner strife and trials. Don't isolate yourself. Stop being worrisome. You overthink too much. Stop. Just that 25 tell me you overthink. Don't do that. 25 equals a 7. It's a magnetic number. It's a law of attraction number, but you got to be prepared on what you want to attract. When you attract something to you, are you ready to keep it? Because people can attract things to them and it's not ready. You're not ready. You don't have the secure net for it. Yeah. People, places, and things. But the affirmation of the number 25 is, I am observing all those around me and I am listening to my inner thoughts very carefully because it helps me to stay alert. 45 says, be international, be a communicator, be healing with your wisdom. The negative of the 45 is emotional ups and downs, being discouraged, egotistical. And the affirmation of the number 45 is, I am healing me in order to heal others. I'm allowing myself to communicate clearly with my inner self for a better outcome.
And you know what's interesting? Yeah. This person is born on the 23rd, which is a 5. Your first card ended in a 5. Your second card ended in a 5. The year they're born ended in a 5 too.
Exactly. Well, there's a lot of 5 going on with y'all.
Yeah. Ready to make some changes.
She love her freedom, though. You can tell she love her freedom to do what she want to do, keep what she want to have.
Well, now, what about this person who happens to be coincidentally a 5?
Another 5.
Royalty Summarize.
Royalty Summarize. Somebody love themselves.
Simon, we'll end in about 5 or 6 minutes because I know you got something to do.
No, it's just that I've been doing things all day. I'm cool, brother. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I know. I'm probably going
to on that too.
Let me pull another. Whoa, okay. 55 came up. Whoa, 55 came up.
Wow.
Exactly.
And born on the 5. Yeah.
And born on the 5. 11 came up. Woohoo. Let me see. 11 did show up. This joint here, man. I know it came up there. There's 11.
Yeah.
I got lights here that's just blocking.
Yeah, you got different colors. I noticed blues.
Yeah, they're all blues. Yeah, and you see a lot of my old pictures on there too. You can see.
Black. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So 55, my dear, master adventure, being a pioneer, working, and you're number 5, so that's good. One thing I tell people that's born on the number 5, because it's an adventurous number. Remember, everything you want is on the other side of fear. It says here, master adventure, pioneer, creativity, avoid the scattered mind, running away from responsibilities, and being reckless. The affirmation, I think this came up before. I am willing to overcome all fear-based teachings, teachings to be my highest and most adventurous self. But when the 1111 shows up, mastery of insight, opening to both realms, highly intuitive. And then the negative of the 1111 is deception, hidden dangers, treachery from others. But the affirmation is, I will walk through the doors of enlightenment and enjoy every step of the way.
That's why you my man, Simon.
Stop playing. Lot of bullshit.
That's exactly why you my man. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read two more. Then we got to talk about your books, and then we'll sign off. All right.
No problem, sir. No problem.
Yeah, we're gonna let me do this. Let's.
Natural Market sent me a donation. Isn't that cute? Thank you very much, Natural Market, for showing love at the Cash App. Spread love.
And this one here is royal lineage, right?
The lineage.
They're born July 16th.
What you got for them? I'm gonna shuffle your cards.
This person is born the same day as Mary Baker Eddy that founded Christian Science. And most people who found religious movements have been seven. Elijah Muhammad,
Desmond Tutu,
Graham, Christ's birthday, even Charles Russell.
Ain't that so? Charles Russell was born. When was
Charles Russell was born on February 16th.
Get out of here! And Desmond Tutu is October 7th.
Buddha is born on February the 7th. I mean, that's like when a person makes his Hajj in Mecca to go to Medina, they got circled the cobblestone 7 times. What number we get?
33. And the number 2, which is also a supportive number of theirs.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Okay, first let's deal with the 33. The master healer, striving to be a master healer, imagination and higher levels of guidance. The negative is being insensitive, being worrisome, being abusive. But the affirmation of the 33 is working on healing myself in my number one working on healing myself is my number one priority, and helping others to heal is number 2. That's what I say. And number 2, look what we got to do. We got number 2 here. Bang!
That's very, very interesting.
Number 2 says companionship. Practice the positive of companionship, intuitive connection, love for unity. The negative is being indecisive, being an energy drainer, unbalanced. The affirmation of the number 2, I am always working towards bettering myself and others. I understand love is one of the highest frequencies in this realm, and I must use it for healing and growth. Number 2.
All right. Well, Simon, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to
thank you, brother.
What's a second?
Thank you.
He's one of your first books out was this one. It made in fact, don't take me and Simon's word for it. Google it and type in the word best-selling numerology books of all times. And what position did yours come up as?
And last year was 30. So I don't know what it's up to now. It was 30 last position.
And it listed in order of its popularity from 1 to 100.
Yes.
So it wasn't just random. So out of 100, if they did the top 50 books, Simon, you fall in that league.
Yes,
if they do the top 40 books of all times in numerology, you fall in that league. So kudos to you.
But brother, I think it went up by now. But I think Numerovator is about to give it a run. Give it a run because mental health. Mental health is important.
2015, I do believe, right?
Yes, that's right. And Dr. Africa actually took over the pub because I did it independently first on the white. Remember, it was a white book I did first.
Yeah.
And you got that? Yeah, I gave it to you. And now Dr. Africa took it over and they did the color for this book. So they still Dr. Africa and his wife handled that. The 3 of my books after that, and the lawyers too.
And they interestingly they handled 3 of my books also. Dr. Africa and Melanie.
Man, I didn't expect
them. It's found on Amazon.
Yes. Oh, they could go through my link tree also, and this book too with my 2 grandchildren. They're much older now. My 2 grandbabies.
This was in 2016, and I thought this was nice about the health of children.
Yes, the numbers are simple. Children's health is important.
Yeah. I think this. So, and those are the pictures of your grandchildren?
My first 2 grandchildren. Now they right now is 11 and 9 now. They're much older now. I'm going to do another children's book with their faces. All of them. I'm trying to get all of them to get on there because it's 12 of them.
And this is one where you just
Ooh,
do
that was the
your
first
stuff.
book. That was the first book that came out ever, and you was there for the book signing.
That's right.
Brother Polite did the publishing at that time. Brother Polite did the publishing for it. That's right.
It was at where was it, downtown?
SOBs in where I used to work.
Yes,
SOBs. I used to work there in 2012. This happened on August 2012.
Yep.
And yeah, we showed the video and everything. It's online. The video, the No Promotion is Bad Promotion, is on my YouTube channel, King Simon Presents. So y'all could also see the video of the whole thing that produced this book about me promoting and how to promote on the street. All of it. Yeah, it's a good thing.
And this one is one of your masterpieces right here. This is the latest book that came out 2020.
This is a love letter to mentally health people that need mental health. And I have to say that because, like I said before on your show before, Lloyd, that two of my friends born under the number 13, which equals a 4, and my great grandfather took his life, who's also didn't know his birthday, but his name Claude added up to 22, which is a 4.
Wow.
And then my grandmother went through mental health, and she was born on the 7. Go figure. Again, and in my book, 4, 7, 8, 5, and 3 are the primary numbers that I've known for mental health in my studies. Robin Williams died under a mental health number. Don Cornelius died under a mental health number. In my book, it's in this book. Also, Lowell Hawthorne, the proprietor of Golden Crust, died under a mental health number. I mean, we can't make this stuff up when it comes to this pattern, these cycles, and these things.
And you know what's so amazing is this was in 2020, which means you started this somewhere about 2018, 2019 to be published. Now, the biggest thing they talk about is people's mental health.
And 2020 was when that's when I released it in 2020. Yeah, in the 4. And like I said, Lord, it was supposed to be another book. It was supposed to be the Book of the Woman. It was supposed to be that. It was, and the friend of mine that died and took her life was the silhouette of a pregnant woman on it. She allowed me to put it on, but the family didn't want me to put it on this book because they didn't want her to be a mental health poster child.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And I understood that, and I respect. I didn't even put a name in the book because I didn't want them to, even try to sue me. I didn't want to go down that road.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't about that. It was about just helping people. So this is a montage of your books, your course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And by the way, your course on Udemy is rated as a bestseller.
Yes, it was. Yes, it changes up. It goes up and down, but it's doing. I'm not like you and Jackie yet, but y'all doing y'all thing. But thank you very much for all those that support. But I'd rather people take right now. I got a slash price for my 8-hour course. All the way until June 11th, it's been slashed from $444 to $222. So y'all can get my course, the 8-hour course, not this course that's online. That's only 2 hours. The 8-hour course, uncut, raw, uncut. Me on a chalkboard, breaking it down, showing you why you need to open your mind up to using these numbers, not just getting caught up on what other numerologists tell you. Learn how to tap into the understanding of numbers from your perspective, and whatever works for you, go with it.
Well, Simon, question.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
On your banner, how do they get in touch with you to sign up for this course?
Oh, all they have to do, my friend, is text me and say that they want the course for the half price slash right now. Text me at 347-496-1022. Most likely. And if you're across the seas, you can use PayPal, but if you're in America, you can use Cash App. I don't have Zelle. I don't have all of that foolishness. I have PayPal and Cash App. All you have to do is do that. Spread love the Brooklyn way. I'm just saying. But this is only going till June 11th until the series come out, because I'm telling you, after the series, I might be accessible at that time.
So, Simon, I thank you very, very much. As I said before we get off, I want to let you know that this show has been sponsored by
our people's
STS.
Yeah.
This is the traveling spread. Simon and I, along with Nina Diamond, Aquarius Maximus, and Jazz Aphrodite with her beautiful self will be.
Take off my banner so they can see the bottom there.
Excuse me, brother. Get me straight.
So they can see the website.
That's
there you go. Yeah, so we having a party now. You see, it's 2 guys and 3 girls. We need some more people. Stop playing. We need a party. This is a party already.
Well, anyway,
I know people
anyway,
out there say, boy, they got some scandalous laughing over there. Them scandalous.
yeah, but
I know Jackie said, oh, God, they sound scandalous.
but you know, it's a good laugh, Simon, and
Yes,
we
sir.
all need to have. We seriously, on the real side, we all need to have a good laugh nowadays. But I just want to let you know that this is a sponsor, and they've been sponsoring it for the last
Yes.
several weeks without slack and everything.
Don't forget the website, though, stshealing.com, stshealing.com.
Healing.com. I
Come
said
on
it
out,
in-
man.
Yes, and don't wait till the last minute. I know we do wait till the last minute, but try not to wait to the last minute. Get your dibs in. Make sure you got your reservations in, because we are going to have a party. Not the
Oh,
kind of
man.
party that Simon is talking about. We want a party.
Believe me, it's a party like Simon is saying. Stop playing. That's me. He gonna have his own party in his own room. I'm gonna have my party.
Yeah. I'll be there after my presentation too.
But I like to say this on this coming week. I have Unc Rising Sun coming in on the 7th. Right
My
after,
buddy.
I think, yeah, after you do your thing, I think you could come right on with me. After you do yours on Wednesday, then I have Phil Valentine. I have. Oh, Jackie gonna love this. I have my cousin Jackie Akel, the Grandmaster artist. Akel Beckford will be on with me on June the 11th. His artwork. Matter of fact, that was the artwork behind you in the first.
Yeah, that was his piece.
Yeah, he's gonna be on with me. Finally, he's gonna be on with me at 12
Didn't
o'clock.
you have that piece when I visited you in Atlanta?
Yeah, I have his little. I have not that same piece, but I didn't know the place that I'm renting, the family's house that I'm renting here. I didn't know they had his piece here for 20 years. And then I was doing workout in the living room and I seen his name on the bottom. I was like, what the hell? This is my cousin inside
I go all the way to Atlanta to see the same artist. That's interesting.
Deep. So I'm going to have him on at 12 o'clock on June the 11th, and Phil Valentine at 7 o'clock that night on Sunday. And then that Wednesday, I have Makeba Judge. Dr. Makeba Judge will be on me talking about that new book she got called Karmic Currency. You got to get her on, Lloyd. She's been talking about you all the time. You got to get her on.
We'll pass the information. I'll make sure I schedule her too.
So I got a lot of people coming up. I hope y'all seen Sonia Barrett. Sonia Barrett tore the place down recently on the trial. Sonia Barrett is one that you should get on your show too. She's the Aries powerful.
Get both of those names to me, and I'll make sure
I will make it to you. And
I have asked for quite a few of your guests.
Yes,
like
you have.
First Maximus. That's how I met her.
Yes,
yes. So
yes.
Anyway, Simon, thank you, man. Thank you. This was great. And by the way, since we're promoting books, gotta let you know, Wednesday, in fact, I'm having Jazz Aphrodite on.
Oh, okay, great. There we go.
Talking about a 7-week writing course. And of course, she done wrote that bestseller, Knocking from the Inside, and also her best. In fact, she's only got a couple more books left, from what I understand, right here.
Oh,
Numbers Decoded.
Beautiful book. I have it right here.
I got 3 of them. Okay. I mean, I just love books. You talk about addictions. I love to read. Okay.
Definitely an addiction.
So, but what I'm saying is put together in a magnificent way. And I can understand if you got her first book, Knocking from the Inside, and if you got this book, you can understand why it should be a very exciting writing course. But she's going to be with us on Wednesday.
Yes.
This Wednesday on the 7th to talk about the writing course and whatnot. And I can always tighten up my game with the writing skills. You too, Simon. So,
all of us could get all of us could tighten up. Yeah. Even I was reading what's the name book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said he's not the best writer. He said himself in the book, he said he wasn't one of the best writers.
Yeah, his book sold millions.
But his book sold millions because he had people around him to make it look good.
So
yes.
Anyway, Simon, love you much, man. Thank you.
Love you too. Thank y'all very much, family. Keep on supporting our brother Lloyd.
Again.
Thank you
for having your TV show premiere on Forbidden Knowledge
TV. Yes, sir.
BK.
Yes,
the Sonny Carson's TV show on
Billy Carson, not Sonny Carson, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. I knew Sonny Carson though.
Me too.
But, Sonny Carson was born May 22nd.
Oh, man, Sonny.
And he was the one that told us at WBLS there was a drug that's about to be introduced in the community in the 80s, and he said it was named crack. The first time I heard that word come out of Sonny Carson's mouth, he told us this is about to hit the community, and it devastated the community.
He said it on the radio.
No, he said it before he got on radio.
Okay, wow.
He said to me, because a lot of things you and I know
right
before we go on radio.
Yes,
It's
right.
the
That's
things
right.
that happen behind the radio that we
That's
talk
right.
about.
That's
That was the
right.
first word he had said that this drug was coming. I had no idea who it was. So
Sonny Carson. His son is Lumumba from the great group called. You remember? You remember the group X Clan?
yes,
His son
that's it.
Lumumba was
That's
the
it.
lead one. Grand glorious.
Yeah, yeah.
Sissies, the red, the black, and the green. That's his son Lumumba, the great son
Small
there.
world, small world.
Yeah.
Simon, you take care, man. This was a blessing. Thank you, man.
All right.
Okay.
Take care. Take care, family. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Everybody, I want to thank you very much. This was, I think this is the longest show I had. I can blame King Simon, but that's my buddy. So, but it was for good reasons. Everybody, I want you to have a very nice day. Don't forget my special guest Wednesday is Jazz Aphrodite and presenting a 7-week writing course that's going to be awesome. All right. Please make sure you join us. And everybody, until then, you take good care. All righty. Bye.